Today we're going to be taking a look at a 5-color deck, which is a little bit different here on the channel because it's a little out of my comfort zone, the 5 colors. It's not something I normally play, but I did want to play a specific card before the new cards come out that I haven't touched in a while that I think is very cool. We're talking about Zur, the Eternal Schemer. This is a creature that basically gives all of our enchantment creatures hexproof, death touch, and lifelink, and it can also animate some of our other enchantments that are not already creatures and turn them into creatures with their power and toughness equal to their converted mana cost. So of course I wanted to play this with the best enchantment, Kami War, which is why this is 5 colors. Kami War is a fantastic saga, but obviously it flips over to the backside, becoming an enchantment creature with flying, a dragon, and this thing will naturally get those buffs from the Zur without us having to invest any mana into it because it's already an enchantment creature, which is why we run other sagas in this deck that do the same sort of thing. We got a handful of those sagas. One card that's not a saga I wanted to talk about though is the Glorious Sunrise. Everybody loves Glorious Sunrise. This does so many really good things for you, but if you can actually turn this into a 5/5 creature off of the Zur, it can actually trigger its own draw ability of having a creature power 3 or greater on the field to draw a card. So I think that's a pretty cool little combination with itself. And not to mention the life gain and the trample it can add to end games is really, really nice. And then lastly, we have Jukai Naturalist to kind of, make all of our enchantments much cheaper, making this deck a little bit more of a ramp deck as well. But yeah, it's a ton of fun, guys. I do believe this deck needs a little bit of work to get a little bit more competitive. I don't think it's quite there yet, so definitely don't go out and craft this one right away, but enjoy the video for what it is. It's an absolute blast. We had a lot of really good wins with this thing, and I think you're going to enjoy today's video. But if you guys want, there'll be a full deck breakdown at the end of the video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, in the links below, there's a full deck list, and if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff helps out an absolute ton, and I greatly appreciate it. With that being said though, enjoy the games, guys. We'll see you at the end. Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some 5-color nonsense for you guys. We're gonna be playing some Zur, so of course this is gonna be an enchantment tribal deck, but definitely gonna be a 5-color deck looking to do some shenanigans with Kami War. And my favorite thing to do here today is that we're gonna be animating things like Glorious Sunrise, which is not normally a creature, but trying to get some value out of that card today by making it into a life-linking creature, which is pretty phenomenal. The opponent on mono red though, I am very happy we have drag to the bottom. That is very, very much a good thing for us. Dig up though, we will need to get a second black source. Let's go ahead and find that real quick. There we go. Solves that problem. Now we've got the Long Reach of Night after the drag to the bottom, which hopefully can pick something off as as the opponent's trying to rebuild their field, but we'll see. Another Ronin coming down here. Got to imagine they have to have a second land drop, right? There's no way they kept the 1-lander. Oh, they did. Wow. They legitimately kept the 1-lander. That is going to haunt them, I would imagine. Not that we have an answer for it right away. I mean, oh, there we go. I was gonna say not to say that we can't stop the Ronin. So who knows? All right, they find their second land. Kamano comes down. I am definitely going to be using the Leyline Binding on the Ronin, which is going to be coming down again. Sure. Let's stop this nonsense now, where before it gets too out of hand. Oh, and we found a Zur. That's really fun, but you know what though? I know that the opponent can decline the Long Reach of Night here, but I do believe getting it started right now is actually not that bad. Just because I know they decline the option here, so be it. But this does stop them from being able to play a creature this turn, unless of course they want to answer the level 2 of this next turn. So it's kind of an investment play of sorts. I would imagine they don't care though too much because of the fact that they could just discard. All right, that's pretty annoying. That goes back to their hand. It does get around the Long Reach of Night. Interesting. But they are still in very much trouble here because we've got ourselves a Zur, which can animate our things. We don't have the right color mana to do it though. We do need a white source to trigger it. We only have one white source on the field to, just get it out there and play it. So Obliterating Bolt. Ouch. Okay, that's unfortunate. We really kind of needed that. That Ronin really kind of beating us down here. Any other sort of red deck where they try to get permanents onto the field and attack over and over, aside from the Ronin bouncing in and out over and over again, would have been much better for us, because drag to the bottom would have done a much better job. But instead, we get a handful of drag to the bottoms that honestly are kind of irrelevant here. Would like to see another land, preferably an on-tapped land here so we can get the Kami War down. Yeah, that was a bummer. Maybe I shouldn't have played Zur out before we were ready to get the life-linking bodies off of it. All right, that's a good card. That's also a decent card because this card right here is going to create us bodies to chump block with to buy us even more time. Still not ideal though. You know, you just really want to get the Kami War going. A 2/1 with haste that says discard a card to draw a card. Whenever you discard one or more artifacts, whenever you discard one or more artifact cards, add double red. Okay. Definitely kill you. Take the least amount of damage as possible. You know, if we're going to get a card that's not a land, I definitely don't mind this. This definitely takes away a turn from the opponent here, and it allows us to go draw some more cards. So very happy with that. We get to create a 1/1 and basically, like I said, take away their turn here from them. If they still are silly and attack into us, we have a great block. Okay, not anymore. We don't. There's really no point throwing the Ronin down here. I just block the Ronin and we get on with our lives. But depends on what card's left in their hand, of course. It could be a burn spell of sorts. It could be some sort of like play with fire effect. But we're definitely blocking here. And we take nothing. Now it comes down to this last card. Is it a burn effect? No, they're just going to go ahead and switch the battery on over. Which takes away... I mean, I don't know if they should have done something like that because we do need more white, right? We did talk about that. Yeah, I'm not sure if they should have done that. It's just a single target now as opposed to the two. That could have gone wide. I do think we're going to go ahead and drop this down, of course. Exile the war. And no attack. Still looking to block here. We are going to get a 1/1. It's going to flip over, making our defenses much bigger. And then also we have a big unspeakable that's going to come down next turn. I do need to start looking to gain some life here very, very soon, though. So that is going to be the goal here. All right, the Ronin coming down. I definitely think I'm going to block the Ronin with the 2/2 because I gotta just stop that from coming in over and over again. Very strange. The Ronin already had haste, so for them to give it haste and lose out on an attacker there only helps me. Opponent not playing so great. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna send the Rabid Battery back. And they discard the Rabid Battery. Okay, interesting. I'm really debating on throwing this down and just cleaning the board up here, but if I do that, I do have a Jukai Naturalist to follow it up, which is a life-linking body. We do have to keep in mind, though, that we are going to lose our blockers, which are much bigger, so I don't think it's a very wise decision to sweep the board here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do one of these. Oh, I don't have double... What am I missing here? Oh, double green. Okay, so I use green here, and okay. Was there a way to do that? I don't think there was. All right, no attacks. Still trying to be safe here. Still trying to be safe here. Reckless Stormseeker can't attack into us. I'm just really waiting on the opponent here to cast their burn spells and burn us out for the win. I'd be super annoyed, but you know, it's bound to happen sooner or later if we don't get going here. Wasn't a graveyard, just a dig up, because this gives me back a non-land card for my graveyard. So if they give me that, I can actually go looking for something even better. Maybe if I attack, yeah, let's attack here and here, and then play out the Leyline Binding before they can declare their blocker as the Storm Charged Slasher. We'll be taking that. And we get in with some life link, which is phenomenal. Gets us back to 9. Gets us back to 9. And that should just about do it. I mean, I guess we should play this. There are no sweepers in red, so we're not too afraid of overextending here. We play it post combat, so we could have gotten the extra damage with the, you know, the flyer here. All right, I'm loving it, man. Very good first game. A little sloppy, but you know, on both parts, my opponents and mine, I believe. But it really stinks that they keep exiling things, because Kumano's ability says it exiles anything that dies, which is a bummer, because you know, the Kami War could have got stuff back, but not that it matters. We would have killed him anyways. GG's to Mono Red, and on to the next one. All right, I can't lie. I mean, don't call it a comeback, but that was a close one. You know, any other sort of Mono Red deck, like I said, that's not trying to do the shenanigans with the Ronin over and over again and trying to get more bodies and permanents on the field, would have been much more susceptible to that hand we had. The fact that we didn't even play a single drag to the bottom there against Mono Red is kind of wild. Yeah, we can keep this. I don't love it, but we can keep it. Plains comes down, so we gotta be ready for another sort of aggro build, possibly. I would imagine it is, but nothing from the opponent here. All right, we got double black. We got pretty much double everything here. Do we save the dig up? I think we saved the dig up for later. In this spot, I think we do. Because we can go digging out something that we actually may need. Hence the sweeper, something like that. Long Reach of Night is a great pull, to be honest. The fact they haven't played anything yet, except for obviously the vampire, means they're not going too wide. I mean, they could be playing Wedding Announcement, obviously, with something like the vampire on the field. All right, no other creatures. Okay, I mean, we're getting pretty lucky with the curve the opponent's having here and what they're deciding to play. They still have some mana though left over. I don't know what it would be, but definitely playing the Long Reach of Night here, giving them a hard decision. Either you drop the vampire or you drop a card in hand. I love that. And it triggers again, obviously, next turn if they don't have an answer. But I would imagine they have a Destroy Evil in hand, so I bet that's going to be coming down right about now. That's a great card that they just dropped. I'm actually super stoked about that. That's not very good, though. Bummer. All right, definitely going to use the dig up on this next turn here and go find ourselves our sweeper. We need it badly. Okay, maybe not as badly as we thought. Not as badly as we thought, but maybe it's still the play. Might still be the play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Colors are black, black, green. Let's see, black, black, green. Still left with the white source. Okay, yeah, this will work. This will work. Let's go ahead and dig up here and go get our sweeper. And let's do the Leyline Binding. And I'm going to do this now because I don't want them drawing any more cards. Them drawing cards here is the enemy. So we got to stop that from being able to happen and then just look to sweep the board here. All right, we hate Shieldred, but it's another target just to get swept up here, so we're okay with that. Unfortunately, we lose our Long Reach of Night. It's part of the crossfire. It's gonna have to do. And we reset the board. Love that. Zur, obviously being able to animate the Leyline Binding, which is an absolute massive threat, is so good. All right, they're bringing back Shieldred, no doubt about that. All right, also no doubt about the fact that we're playing this turn. No doubts. And we definitely are going to animate this. Send this bad boy in. Let's get 6 life here, get back into this game. Obviously the Unspeakable, not as good with the Shieldred on the field because drawing cards is not necessarily a great idea when Shieldred's out there, but okay, they can't minus on my 6/6, so the fact that they played that that's a shame, Scoop, if I've ever seen one. Ouch. That was a big mistake by the opponent. If you guys don't know, what they were trying to do there is they were trying to -2 and just destroy the binding to get back their vampire. It has hexproof though, unable to be targeted. They should have waited for me to attack next turn to flash it out, but big mistake by the opponent there, and they scoop from, I would imagine, the embarrassment, but It happens, man. It really does happen. It's just a mistake. Man, such a bummer for the opponent there. Yeah, their play definitely was to either, you know, I would say just probably flash that in on our combat, but and take out, you know, the Zur. But it does happen. You know, you forget about the hate or the hexproof there. The opening hand here could be really good or really, really bad. I'm gonna keep it, and we're gonna find out. But I mean, the colors are there. We have the ability to play the Leyline Binding for cheap. I just don't love the 2-land hand opening it up, man. It's always scary. And we get another Leyline Binding, which is leaning towards the fact that we're probably not going to find a land. Yep, no land for us. We did find a way to draw cards potentially, though, with the wedding announcement. Hopefully that can get us going. Leyline Binding is any target, right? Any non-land permanent, right? So we can
let's make this quick.
We can take out the Liliana here. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, by the way, man. Thanks for watching today's video. I really do appreciate it. Orzhov, I mean, this could be good, but I already have one, so we might as well drop one off here, right? Toxrill, what? So you're a reanimation deck, clearly. Don't know if I have a great answer for that. Shieldred, okay, yikes. We're definitely gonna draw. And we're gonna give them the option here of the... Wait, I don't have 3 mana. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I don't have 4 mana. Alright, definitely gonna Leyline Binding it then. I probably should have done that pre-draw step. I don't know why I thought I had 4 mana on the field. That was definitely me not paying attention and just blanked. I was so focused on the Toxrill in the yard. I was like, how am I gonna deal with that? And then screwed that up. Alright, target opponent exiles an enchantment they control. Fantastic. Let's hope they don't have too many of those. Okay, exiles cards from graveyard to exile all cards from all graveyards. That is a very strange card to have if you're looking to reanimate your Toxrill, so can't imagine that is their game plan after all. Come on, we really could use a land here, guy. Come on. Could really use a lot of land here, actually. All right, Sorin, let's go ahead and create a 2/4, please. Nice, or 2/3. Gosh darn it, though, we still don't hit it. You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. Please give me some mana. I don't want to lose a game in a silly way like not getting mana. Shouldn't have kept this hand, guys. This is a clear reason why I should follow my own advice and stop keeping 2-land hands in the opener, especially going first. It's so hard for me to mulligan, though, man. Mulligan is my absolute worst enemy. What a nightmare. I'm living a nightmare right now. I mean, it's not our fault at this point. It is what it is. If we lose this game, so be it. So be it. I'm not even upset about it at this point. I mean, I am upset about it, but I'm not upset that we're gonna lose over some silliness. I would be more upset if I was like misplaying, but and it's a tenacious underdog. We can live with that. That's not too scary. Another Invoke Despair would be a lot scarier. Let's not see one of those. I can live with that too. It's a land. Holy. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Long Reach Knight. Either you sack the tenacious underdog or you give up the card in hand. Either way, I think that's pretty good for us. I hope they discard the card because then we get another trigger with it next turn guaranteed. If we somehow come out of this, you know, with a W, I would be shocked. Absolutely shocked. All right, we're probably gonna just take the 3 from the tenacious underdog. We're holding back the 2/2 as if we're going to block, but probably not going to. Sorry, trying to get this in the frame here better. I just realized their name, Sunshine Golden Pond. That's funny. Do a little promotion for your business. That's pretty funny. I like that. I guess that's kind of what I'm doing, isn't it? All right, waiting on the opponent here. Please don't tell me they're roping. Okay, good. Good. All right, so they're gonna blow up one of my lands here, but they don't take the Triome, which is kind of strange. We do need another black source, so that's definitely what I'm gonna be grabbing here. We have blue. Yeah, we have plenty of blue. Okay, definitely going for black source here. It's a good call because you never know. I may not have basics, but I'm actually pretty much set on basics. I got one of each just for the dig up. The dig up offers us the ability to go find a basic land, so I want to make sure I always have one of each. Still waiting though. Still waiting on the opponent here. Taking their time on this turn. I don't really want to block the underdog. The underdog I kind of want to exile if possible down the road, so we'll eat this damage. That's to say though, if I mean, okay, they take their Toxrill. Makes me feel better about the reanimation stuff. What is going on? Why are they highlighting my enchantment here? Okay. Either creature or card in hand. And they take the Tenacious Underdog finally. All right, I'm feeling pretty confident that this should land for a little while and get us some value. And then next turn I could, I mean, again, it just all requires land. I just need lands, man. Such a bummer that we're not actually finding them. Such a bummer. Because this game could be very, very much a blowout at this point if we would have just hit them. And a Toxrill, why not? Okay. Okay, Mr. Toxrill. Mr. Toxrill. We can hit for 5-6. That's not enough to kill this. Unfortunate. These will at least survive a couple of turns. This will almost ensure that we hit our land drop, right? It's got to. It's got to. All right, wish me luck here. No attacks. I mean, we're not going to block, right? Actually, we should probably attack then. Yeah, we're not going to block Toxrill. Toxrill clicks down again. We gotta get going here, man. All right, so again, Unspeakable is gonna find us hopefully that land drop because we can scry 2, draw 2. If I block here, we definitely lose this to Toxrill's ability, so we're gonna have to eat this. Unfortunately, it's gonna be 8 damage. You hate to see it, but I do have a lot of life linking bodies hopefully coming back their way. Gotta be careful about that Toxrill. Couldn't make that block, unfortunately. Let's go. We hit a land drop. Beautiful. Drag to the bottom, not that important anymore. I will take a long reach of night though. All right, another Kami War. Don't mind if I do. See you later, Toxrill. And not blocking here, but I definitely will block with this against the Tenacious Underdog. You know what? I should have done that in reverse. I should have attacked with the long reach of night because I actually have a block that can. Oh, it doesn't matter. What am I saying? Tenacious Underdog's dead already. I was like, we could kill the underdog, but that does not matter. All right. We got a great board now. I mean, it took 9 years to get here, but we finally got here. Oh, and we die. Oh my God. We were so close, guys. It took us forever to get the lands, and then we finally get there just to get corrupted. Oh, that is so sad. Oh man, Corrupt is quite the card, huh? Mono black in general might be tough to beat just because of Invoke Despair and stuff like that, but hopefully we can go wide enough with the enchantments that won't be a factor, but we'll see. Opening hand is good enough. I mean, we got all the answers early. We've got the mana to cast things like, you know, Leyline Binding, so we'll throw this down and see what we can do. Just missing blue. Oh, there's blue. Perfect. Look at that. Right on cue, man. Right on cue. And it's Fable. Okay. Okay, Fable. We allow it. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to Leyline Binding it. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe not. Let's just hang on to that for a little while. Let's not jump the gun too quickly on that. But then again, it's like we should probably, yeah, let's take out the token with it. I don't want them to get the treasure. That could be very much important. So wish I had gone gone first, we would have been able to get, you know, the bounce off on the token, which would have been such good value. But instead, we have to settle for the token on the Leyline Binding. All right, I guess there's another token for us to bounce. That's a little bit of value. A little bit of value. Bounce, bounce. See you later. All right, I don't like that they've already got a portal to Phyrexia, though, already in the graveyard. I mean, we don't necessarily have any creatures for them to take advantage of off of that, except for the Zur. But they have plenty of creatures now. Plenty of creatures now to work with. Yikes, man. That's not good at all. Probably one more turn here and then we're toast. Probably gonna be Titan coming back down onto the battlefield. Yep, just takes the recharge at this point. Extra card, and it turns out to be some more card draw for us. We don't have double blue though, so that's not happening. In the meantime, in between time, let's go ahead and drop this, I suppose. I guess it's our best bet. We can make a chump block with it for now, but doesn't help a ton. Need more Leyline Binding action for the portal to Phyrexia that's about to come in here. Oh, the Elder Dragon War. Okay, they're probably gonna drop 2 cards from their hand to get 2 more. Oh, they go straight. Okay, what are they running, man? Is it a Brilliant Restoration? It seems so odd. That's definitely not what it is, right? Okay, unfortunate. Let's go ahead and do this, see if we can get ourselves a another card here that'll be helpful. Let's create another body. I didn't want to sweep the board there and just completely make irrelevant my 3/3 I just created, because the 3/3 is going to do some pretty good work for us here, because if we can get the Behold the Unspeakable or the Glorious Sunrise out next turn, it does shut down them from being able to play their recharge. But you know what? They kill my thing. Doesn't even matter. Give me some land that I actually need here, please. It's something. That is definitely something. That is definitely something worth taking a look at here. But if I play this, black, white, blue. Yeah, we need another color for this to be able to get played. Yeah, I think it's our best bet. It's gotta be. Gotta be our best move here. Immediately, let's just start slamming the pressure through here. The Kiki Jiggies are going to block the 1/1s, but it's fine. We're drawing cards. That's all I really care about. We're going to end up sweeping the board at some point, I believe, anyway. So, gain the 6. We draw some cards. Maybe just attacking with 1 token might have been a smarter play instead of throwing away both. All right, we did find another land that works really well with what we're trying to do here, but it does come in tapped, so that's a bit of an issue. A bit of an issue. The opponent still hasn't found the Reanimator spell, which is the only reason we're even still in this game. You can't target that. You're gonna have to kill the Zur before you get to that, so that's the beauty of that card. There we go. We got a green and a red source. Let's see. Black, white, blue, green, red. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Maybe we play this. Maybe we play this, right? And then, because I'm trying to think of options for when they get the portal down. This may be one of our only options to answer that card. So I think I'm gonna go with Glorious Sunrise and just look to draw some cards here. Not to mention Glorious Sunrise, again, a 5-mana spell, which does shut down the recharge when they want to play it. So they're gonna have to wait at least one more turn thanks to our Living Breakthrough. All right, drawing a card here. Ooh, Leyline Binding, not a bad pull at all. Sending both of these through here. They're gonna make a block, I would imagine. Unfortunately, still don't have the ability to play Leyline for the 1, but it's all right. Smart play to make a copy there. That way they don't lose the original. Fair enough. Shouldn't have any more mana issues going forward though after this next turn. Still won't be able to play the Behold the Unspeakable though. Right? Yeah, can't play that. No double blue. But I can animate my Glorious Sunrise, which is one of my favorite things to do, and attack him with that. Glorious Sunrise is amazing in this deck because Zur animates it, right? And it becomes a 5/5 body, which then triggers its own abilities to draw cards and stuff like that. All right. Is there anything I want to play before combat here? Anything before combat? Probably just animating this, right? Maybe just animating both of these and just sending it all through. I don't see why not. And it does help us with the portal when it does end up coming down. Dig up, huh? Ooh, there's an argument to be said. I should have gave trample there, huh? Yikes. Did I miss lethal because of that? I think I might have missed lethal because of that. That was something I definitely should have considered prior to combat there, is giving all of my creatures the trample and the 1/1. Yep, I definitely could have closed this thing out. That's a bummer. I still should be able to win this game. If I don't win this game now, that's going to be from some absolute silly nonsense. Down to 3. My apologies, everyone who's watching. I'm sure that's probably triggering to watch me do something silly like that because I'm pretty triggered at myself at the moment. But we're fine, though. Again, like I said, I think we got them pretty good here. Even if they want to play the portal, I could stack 3 of my things and then exile their portal and just kind of close it by going over the top, hopefully here. Wandering Emperor, yikes. Still okay, though. All these creatures are still creatures because they've already been turned into creatures. So Glorious Sunrise is going to get a second opportunity here to give the trample effect for the win. Just cannot believe I screwed that up. Is there any reason not to play something first before I go here? Probably just clear up the lane here the best I can to get these attacks through. I'd imagine that's probably the best move. All right. And in response, I'm sure they're going to copy this with the Kiki Jiki. Okay, and they're going to copy it again. Okay. Leyline Binding. We're just trying to clear the lane, like I said, the best we can here to get the most amount of damage through as possible. And that should just about do it. They should have done it last turn, but this one will do. This turn will do. 50 life. I mean, that was a pretty dominating game here for us. Just could have ended it a turn sooner had I been a little more savvy. But there we go, man. GG's. Very, very fun game. Ah, geez, man. That was close. Too close for comfort. On to the next one. All right, let's try to squeeze in one more victory here before we close this one out. I am super excited, though, about tomorrow's video, guys. I've already got the deck idea built. I've already been messing around with it, and it's so much fun. You guys are going to really enjoy it. It's going to be a Duplemency deck where we get to copy some of our creatures. So definitely be on the lookout for that when it comes out. Opening hand here is okay. Don't love it. I mean, not having green here for the dig up is potentially an issue, but I do have the wedding announcement on 3, so I think we can make it work. We can forcefully make this work. We got the green now. Problem solved. It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Sacrifice it to put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. All right, wedding announcement. Come on down. Off to a pretty good start for us. The opponent hasn't done much either, so they're giving me a little bit of time here to get set up. And it's a Devilish Valet. All right. I don't mind dropping a Long Reach and Knight on that decision. That should be pretty tough for them to have to make. Go ahead. What's the decision? Is it the Valet or is it the card in hand? Card in hand. I thought so. Valet is a little bit too good of a card to pass up the opportunity to leave on the field because it grows really, really fast. Giving it a 1/1 counter too is not a bad idea because it starts it now at 2 as opposed to 1 when doubling. All right, that's cool. I'll take that. Probably want this, I would imagine. Could have gone two different ways, I think, with that, but we'll take that. All right, the valet goes up to a 2/4. And they're going to have to make another tough call here. And if they don't take the valet out, that's actually really good for us because we could take it out with the Kami War. Perfect. That's super high value play for us. Money. Let's go. Get in there. And that should do it, I hope. But we'll see. I have the ability to go dig up as well and go look for anything I want. Yeah, that's going to be definite GG's right there, man. Clean game. Clean game. I can't lie to you guys, though. I'm super stoked to get into the next video right now, so I'm going to be recording that right away. But let's just jump into a quick deck breakdown here. That is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to talk about the deck a little bit more and what's in it. But before I do that, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who made it this far in the video. I do appreciate that an absolute ton. YouTube algorithm stuff likes to see watch time. So thanks for that support. I do appreciate that a lot. With that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the list. Let me go move this over here for you guys. All right. So this deck revolves around a little combo between Zur, the Eternal Schemer, and Kami War. Now, this is why the whole deck was put together and built. So these are the two cards that we had to start out with as the basis of our deck. Zur. Zur is such a phenomenal card, man. Being able to animate enchantments, you know, turning them into creatures, absolute beatdown creatures that have lifelink to get you back into the game, making them very tough to block with the death touch, and you know, also giving them hexproof. So if you want to target our creatures that are much more powerful than Zur, you're gonna have to go through Zur first, which is nice. And it kind of offers like almost like you have to use 2 spells to remove these problems as opposed to just the 1. So Zur is really nice in that way. And then Kami War, of course, because it transfers over onto the backside of a 6/6 flying trample dragon that's an enchantment creature already, no mana is necessarily needed to dump into this. But if you wanted to dump mana into this on, like, let's say Saga 2, when it's out for a little while, you can get that extra shot in there as a 6/6 body anyways from the Zur. That's also fine if that's what you want to do for your turn. But they naturally are going to be giving this, you know, all the added benefits of Zur, which is great. Which is also why we went with another Saga package here with the Long Reach of Night, the Iteration, the Behold the Unspeakable. All of these 3 things turn into pretty valuable creatures for us that also get the benefits of the Eternal Schemer's ability to give lifelink and death touch. Now, Long Reach of Night, you guys know I'm a big fan of this card for removal. It's a great spot removal, but also if you can't remove something, they're discarding cards. So there's a ton of value in this card. I really do enjoy it a lot. I don't necessarily know if it really belongs in this build today, just because when it flips over to its other side, there hasn't been a lot of times where this has been very powerful for us, getting us a lot of damage, because having Menace in a 4 toughness body, if you can really pump its power up by getting the graveyard filled with a bunch of stuff, Zur would make a lot more sense. But a lot of times this is sitting at 1 to 2 power, not doing us a whole lot of favors, also not being a really great blocker on that front either. So this may be something to look at as far as changing out. Iteration. Love this card in this deck. Bouncing something back to their hand, drawing an extra card is really good. But this 3/3 creature on the backside, I really undervalued that. If you have this on the other side of the field and it's a 3/3 flyer with lifelink, death touch, hexproof, that's good enough. But if you really think about your plays and what you're up against, you can actually really take advantage of its ability to stop your opponent from playing spells of the same mana cost for that turn. Let's say if you have, you know, a mono black player and you know they're going to be playing Invoke Despair the next turn, you can kind of shut that off by playing a 5 mana spell. I really do enjoy that a lot. It turned out to be pretty powerful. Unspeakable, I'm just a big fan of this card. Drawing extra cards is great, but slowing the opponent's pressure down too with the -2/-0 until the next turn can be very, very helpful in some spots. And then you get a huge flying trampler depending on how big your hand is. The more cards, the more powerful this becomes. And then speaking of cards, Glorious Sunrise, man, this is kind of one of my favorite cards in the deck. Nothing more fun than animating as Glorious Sunrise because it triggers its own ability to draw cards, which is really the most important thing on here, obviously. You know, giving trample can end a game, which is really, really nice, which I believe missed in one of these games. But also ramping could be you know, pretty important too, giving 3 additional lands to the field to, you know, get something on the field. It's all good stuff, man. I love this card a lot, one of my favorites, but animating it makes it that much more fun. And then because we're 5 colors, we have access to Leyline Binding, a 1 mana instant speed removal spell, just absolutely busted. If you're running 5 colors, this card has to be in your deck. It's just that good. Not to mention it's actually technically a 6 mana spell, so activating Xur's ability on this thing is just a no-brainer. If you're running Xur, almost anyone's running this card in a Xur deck, so it makes a ton of sense to have out on the field. And then Drag to the Bottom was in this deck because, again, 5 colors, a fantastic sweeper, and sweepers are definitely going to be necessary in this sort of deck because we're a bit slow. We're trying to build to some big bodies with Kami War and getting that life gain late in the game. But in the meantime, we're going to have to sweep the board from mono red soldiers, those types of things. So Drag to the Bottom, a must-have in today's build. And it works really great, obviously, with the 5-color deck because, you know, you're hitting them for, what, -6/6 across the board, which is really, really good. And then we just have some really good stuff here in the early game here. Jukai Naturalist to help us ramp into these enchantment spells. We got a ton of enchantments, so why not discount the prices with Jukai Naturalist, especially if you can stack it. And then Wedding Announcement, another great card. I mean, it's just a powerful meta card in general. Being able to create the tokens, you know, draw cards, it does everything. And then once it's flipped over to its Wedding Festivity side, why not turn this thing into an absolute 3/3 monster, because it's also going to be pumping itself. And then one Colossus Sky Turtle. It's an enchantment creature, so it plays with the theme very well, and it gives us some early game options with bouncing and returning things from the graveyard if we need to. And lastly, we splashed in just a couple dig ups, and the dig up is allowing us to run one basic of each color type, so we can go find exactly what it is we need early game, or we can use its secondary ability to cleave to go find any sort of specific spell we need. So I think dig up was a really good choice to have in this deck as well as a 2 of. But yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what I would do to make this any better. Obviously, dropping the Long Reach of Night I think is a pretty good solid play. I do believe there's a lot of versions of this deck out there that are much more competitive than mine. I do love the theme though of flipping over these sagas that are going to turn into enchantment creatures, so we may want to actually more lean into that. There's tons of those saga enchantments, excuse me, those saga enchantments out there that you can get advantage out of. Those you know, let's just see, let's type in saga here. So with saga enchantments, you're gonna get things like the Restoration of Iganja is a good one. The Fable's a good one. There's a lot of really good things that you can kind of look into here. Things like the Cruelty of Gix, though, obviously a fantastic card, but doesn't turn into an enchantment creature, so they don't actually work as well. Things like the Reckoner Raid, the Tashiro, these are things that I considered early on, or even the many journeys to ramp yourself into, you know, the colors you need of mana, and then also getting a 3/3 creature. These are all things I highly considered looking into when playing Xur, because again, getting Xur's ability just naturally on these cards without having to pump the mana into it is just all that much better. So that's the kind of path I leaned into here. I wish I could just kind of have more time to tweak this deck up just a little bit more. Not exactly dialed in exactly the way I wanted it to be, but I did enjoy it, and I hope you did as well. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any ideas on how to make this any better, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. But that is going to conclude today's video. Let's see. Today is... I record these ahead of time, sorry. Today's Tuesday. So there's one more video coming out tomorrow. And then Thursday, we are in the early access event. So be on the lookout. This channel we will be going live when the early access event does drop. I'm not sure what time we're going to be going live. We probably will start it right about when I get logged in and I know we're good to go. But we'll start it up. We'll stream for about 3 hours or 4 hours maybe, and then yeah, it'll be a really fun day, and then I'll start recording content for the rest of the week. But I really hope to see you guys there. It's going to be an absolute blast. And before I get out of here, huge shout out to the Marty Mob. If you guys don't know, the Marty Mob is the membership program on this channel, so just want to give some love and show that love back to them and give them the shout out at the end of the video that I believe they deserve. They help me, you know, support my channel through the monthly memberships with that join button down below. So huge shout out to them. Thank you for everything. I do appreciate it a ton. But that'll do it, guys. That'll end today's video. We'll be back again tomorrow with an absolute banger. It actually has a very high win rate, and it has a duplemency in it, so gonna be pretty awesome. So enjoy that. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until next time, guys, peace out.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.